Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of our ArchiCAD tutorial training. My name is ArchiGPT and today we are going to be continuing from our last topic. We are in module 5, which is building components, and we are going to look into roofs, types of roofs, and how to achieve them in ArchiCAD. If you are new to this channel, do well to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell for subsequent video uploads so that you will not miss out on other content. Alright, without wasting much of your time, we've spoke about so many building components. We've talked about doors, windows, arcs, columns, beams, and the rest of them. We've even talked about curtain walls, and we showed how to make customized curtain walls like the ones you see here. We did other examples as well. If you want to update yourself on curtain walls, do well to check out the last video I dropped. Alright, but today we are going to be looking at roofs, and what you are seeing on screen are the three major types of roofs that we have, although there is the flat roof also, but I think these are the major ones that you should know, and I am going to also show you how to do flat roof. Alright, without wasting much of your time, let's dive right into the business of the day. So the first one we have here is called heap roof. So it's heap roof in the sense that it has angles at all sides. If you check the roof plan, just go to the roof level. If you check the roof plan, you will notice that it is all heaped. All sides of the roof are inclined at angles. Alright, that's for the heap roof. Now for the second one, this one is called the gable roof. If you check the roof plan, you will notice that it's only inclining at two sides, left and right. Front and back remains straight up, just like this. Now if you check the last one is a combination of both heap roof and gable, because the gable is for aesthetic effects at the front. As you can see, the gable is used to give that feeling of an entrance, whereas the rest of the roof is called heap roof. That's what majority of builders do. They combine the two to create a beautiful effect. Now there are other types of roofs. There are flat roof. Flat roof basically means just one roof sheet inclined to one of the angles, could be either left or right. Let's check maybe east elevation or west elevation. East elevation, yeah, could be just one roof inclined at something, let's say at this angle, something like that. Could be one roof inclined at that angle, going to the back or going to the side, anywhere you feel that it should go. But let me start showing you how to create this for corner roofs with corners. So we should just then lastly we will talk about flat roof, and then we end for today. So this one is the basic roof, and it is done by, let me delete all the other options, or I should just make a copy. Let me make a copy of the floor plans without the roof. I'll make a copy of the floor plans without the roof so that you can see what you are doing. So first of all, I'll select everything here. and hold down my shift and unselect the roof. So with that being done, I've selected everything there. I can now drag a copy from that back to the front. Let me put it here. Alright, so I have dropped a copy of the building without the roof in the front. So I'll do same. I'll replicate it throughout this place. Or I was supposed to mirror. We will mirror it. We will mirror it. Okay, let's just mirror it instead of. So now instead of Ctrl Shift D, Ctrl Shift M for mirror, and then I'll click the mirror line, and then that. If you want to know how to mirror, check out a previous video on basic tools. Drawing basics of basic tools. So with that done, I will copy this into 3 places to reflect this other side. So Ctrl Shift D, that's for dragging a copy. Ctrl Shift D, click at the edge, take it here at 1. So we need one more at the other end to make it complete. So Ctrl Shift D, take it from this and put it there. So now we have 3 copies of the block work, and we want to be doing the 3 types of roof. So but lastly we need the flat roof. So let's make an extra copy. So we can have our flat roof design at the last option. Alright. Right, so now that we've got our building copies, let's go and put the roof. The first one is the hip roof. So you go to the floor plan, you will see that it's all updated. We now have 2 plots. Let's assume we should be having a road in between them. We should have a road separating them. So let's select everything and shift it away from each other by the road distance, so that it will look like we are designing an estate. So select, hold on, make sure that I'm selecting. Alright, you go out. So the road should be, let's say 9 meters. 9 meters. That's 3-lane road, and that's okay. Then okay, we go back to the plan and let's start drawing the roof. Okay. Alright, so the first roof is the hip roof. So you just click on design, click on roof, and then we have options. Now this is where you can draw the flat roof, and I'll show you how. But first of all, let's start with the geometry method. So with the geometry method selected, you make sure that you turn on you click set your roof properly before you start drawing. Now the height from the base is 3000, which is also the height from DPC to where the roof is, which that is fine. Or option 2, you can just put it at the roof level or ceiling level. You can start the roof at the ceiling level and take out all this, make it 0. Any of the 2 options is okay. Now if you put this at ceiling level, let me show you where it will be. So if you check the elevation, there is a level called ceiling level. This is it. If you set your roof to start at ceiling level, this is this line. That's where your roof will come down to start at this level. If you set it to start at roof level, it will start where it is. but if you set it to start at DPC and then you put a height of 3 meters, so this is DPC and then a height of 3 meters, that means it's going to start here. I don't know, I hope you are following. Alright, so that is it. Now back to our settings. We are not out of the roof command, we are still inside. So go back to the settings, leave it at that. Make sure that you make your simple roof structure is selected. You don't want to be going to composite roof or complex layers of roofing materials, because we are going to be doing manual section. If you want to section, you just use fill tool and all the documents, all the tools in the documents tab in your toolbar to do all your documentation. So the angle of inclination 35 degrees is fine by me. Some people make it 25, some people make it 30, some people make it 45, and some people go as far as making it 60. That's those traditional buildings with very slopey roofs. So like a design I completed of recent, it's not in this system, but it's something like that, with the ridge is very high. Let me see if I can find it here. The ridge is very high, so that's basically a traditional building. Now that's one thing. Then also the offset, the roof eaves. This offset can represent roof eaves. So roof eaves can be 600. Okay, it starts from 450, 600, 900, depending on the design. Some people use 450 because they want to do concrete pressure. Some people use 600 if it's a simple ceiling. Some people use 900 if it's a duplex, and also a simple ceiling. So that's it. I hope I've explained myself. Alright, now 600 is fine. One last thing, this set, it's called angle of roof edge. So it's either you set it this way, or you give it a custom angle. But setting it this way, I don't think it's ideal for construction. So it's either it's this way or you give it a custom angle. So I leave it at this one and I'm good. So alright, so now all I need to do, because this is what is selected, geometry or multi-plane is what is selected, so I will just click at the edge and draw around my building. So 1, 2, oh, is that way? Okay, 2, 3, 4, and then closed. So we have that. We've had our first roof. Let's go to our 3D and see. So this building, this is roofed, as you can see. So I think we have a little issue. First of all, let's begin our roof from the roof level, and then remove the distance to 0. So that is what I was trying to explain at first. So now you see that your roof is starting where it should start. So that's one. Now let's go to the next one. In order for us not to stress ourselves, let's go to the roof plan. Let's just make a copy of this to this side. So making a copy of this, I select it, Ctrl Shift D, click from one edge to another edge. So I have second copy. Okay, let me have a third copy. Just that last one I am not going to make a copy. Wait, what? Okay, so I'm good. Now for the second one, you want to make it such that it doesn't have 4 edges, it just has 2 edges. So but first of all, you will draw the same thing you did in the first side, in the first one, which is some I'm deleting it so that I can do it again. Basically not hard, just same thing, just let me go to the ground floor and do it. Okay, so okay, so that's good. Now let's see what happens. Okay, it's faulty, so just click on it. It's either you inject perimeter. So if I pick this perimeter and then inject it here, I see that everything will work out fine. So it's not working fine, but you can just set it roof. Okay, and 0. Alright, that's fine. So good. Now with that done, let's go and make it gable. So when you select the roof, you see these 4 nodes, these 2 nodes in the center. You could just click on one and this dialog box will come out. So when this dialog box comes out, you click on the first option there, stretch horizontal horizon. So you take it to the straight line at the ends. So that's one. Do the same thing for the next one. That's 2. So we are good. If you go to the 3D, you will see that this roof has become gable. So this is the gable roof. But the problem we have with this gable roof, you can see that the walls are open and you can see the other side, which is not nice. So we have to cover it. So the simple way to do that is to select the walls or the wall in front and increase their height to cover the whole of it. So the wall in front and the wall behind. No, sorry. Let's do one first. We'll go behind later. So I add 4,500, making sure that it is longer than, or it is taller than what we see in front. There is another wall here. Let's see if you can see what I'm showing you. So this is it. So I have to make this wall tall to cover that area. So increasing by 4,500, we could just make it short, but just for the sake of uniformity. So also let's go to the back and increase the height of this wall, or we could just inject perimeter. So just pick perimeters from here, inject to here, and that's it. Let's inject here as well. So if you want to inject here, if you want it to be that way. So now with that done, select all the walls that you've increased their height, then click on, make sure that you are not at the top, make sure that you are somewhere below. It will help you very well. So with that selected, click on trim elements to roof shell. This is it. Or you can right click on your screen and find it in the connect option. So either way, so if you click on that, they will actually say click an element to use as trimming element. So I'm going to select my roof. Now what did they say again? Click to select it, select which part to keep from the element. So I want to keep the bottom part, so I will select the bottom part. If I want to keep the top part, I can select the top part. So be very careful. Don't go and click up and thinking the up will go away. So you select the bottom part to keep it, and then the rest of the extruded side will be subtracted. So as you can see, we have a nice gable roof. Now lastly, want to do the combination of hip and gable, this, and you want to do that on this one, this copy. Alright, so let's go to the roof plan first of all, and make sure that we have our building in our roof plan in the shape we want. Now look at this. We have the hip, and at the front we have a little alteration that makes it a gable, and this gable only encompasses that entrance. So the same thing here, the entrance is just that way because the design is mirrored. So what we will do is, after selecting the roof, click on any point on that blue line. So you click on it. Now find where you can spot the horizontal line for where that gable will end. This is it. You can either use a line tool to draw the place it will stop, so you have reference. So that's where it stops. So select the roof, click on the blue line, and then click on that point. You are good. Now that you've done that, you can click on that blue side in the place you want to make gable. Then go to the dialog box that came out, the option dialog box that came out. Then you will see offset edge, not offset all edges, offset edge, that's just one edge. So when you click on that, it will help you to offset that one edge by, let's say, anyhow, maybe 300, 600, anyhow you want to offset the edge. Let's use 600 because 300 doesn't, well, either way still makes sense. So 300 for the meantime. Now we are done. I know that some people will say this is too difficult to construct, but remember we are doing a combination, we are not doing hip totally. So you click on this point, that your option comes up, your option dialog box comes up, which you can see. Doing subsequent video, and I hope I am well elaborate enough for you to understand very well. However, if you don't understand any aspect, please do well to repeat the video, maybe in slow motion. If you still don't understand, organize your question and drop it in the comment section. On subsequent, at my spare time, when I'm going through the comments, I will look at your question and decide on the best way to address it. If it means me making a full-blown video because of you, I don't mind. The aim of my tutorial is for you to understand very well. So if that is achieved, it's my joy. If it is not achieved, I'll go as far as possible to make sure you understand. Alright, so back to business. We're saying click on that edge and then take it to where it aligns straight. So okay, it didn't work out well, so let's take this in front a bit, another 300. So now we have 600. Alright, so that's it. We have our gable in front. Notice the error we encountered before. It was 300 and we tried to make it work, but it did not work. You see, it did not work. It just made an extrusion there without giving us the gable until I undid it and moved this and offsetted this edge by another 300, so making a total of 600 there. Yeah, so that is when doing that worked, in case you encounter such barrier or such difficulty. Understand what I did. You can play this video again to get it clearly. Alright, so now we are done with that side. Let's check what it came out as. So this is what it came out as. There you go. So the same thing we did for this, we have to do for this front alone. So I'll select this and select this and select this. So this and this, and I'll add a height of 4,500, and then click on trim, select the roof, and select the part I want to keep. So this is the part I want to keep, and we are good. Now, as you can see, clean gable and hip combination. You see that this hip is coming out here, so you can simply reduce it to align at that point. So if you go to your roof plan, now when you want to do that, instead of you reducing it from here, you can't. You have to reduce it from here. So with that selected, you just click and take it back, and then when you go back to your, you see, that's how clean it is. Alright, that's for this. Now for the flat roof. Reason why we don't do flat roof so much is because of our temperature, but based on modern design, flat roof is very common everywhere. And to do flat roof is very simple. What you have to do is go to your plan, click on your roof, click on your roof. Now click on the single line geometry option. With that being said, the first thing they say is interface node of pivot line. So that's kind of like your base line of the flat roof, the lowest line of the flat roof. So I want it to tilt to the back, so the lowest line of the flat roof is at my back. I've drawn the line. Now they say, where do I want it to fall? Where do I want the slope to fall? I want it to fall behind, so I click OK. I click behind the line. Now they said I should draw the outline of the roof, so I will just use this square tool to draw the outline of the roof, because obviously, or let's go from here to here. Sorry. Okay, back. We are starting out all over. This is the back, draw to the front, and then we are good. Now let's check what it looks like. No. Oh. I did it wrongly. Sorry about that. So, sorry about that. First of all, clicking the roof. Here, everything set. You click on, you make your baseline behind lowest point. Now it should be up, not down. So if this is your lowest point and you want it to slant to the back, that means your eye is going to be looking up from the lowest point. Take note, if you want it to slant to the back, your eye must be looking up. So you click your eye in front, and then you draw your roof slab. And with that drawn, you go to your elevation and you see what happens. Now this is how high the roof is, because I didn't set it properly. So setting it, I have to select the roof, go to settings, make sure that it's starting at roof level, and delete these numbers to 0. Now it's still very high because the pitch is just so funny. So let's change the pitch to, let's use flat roof is usually flat, so probably 15 or 10. Mono pitch, okay, flat roof is usually below 15. So let's use 10 or even 5 because it's flat roof. Alright, mono pitch is above 15 degrees, so if it's above 15 degrees you can call it mono pitch, but right now it's flat roof. So let's make sure that the walls of the building are above the front of the building, so we can have our, should we make it that way or we should cut it? Oh well, when we do more complex designs we'll do it in the proper way, but right now let's just do what we can do. So I'm going to increase it by 2,400. It was a building too high. Let's use 1,800 or 1,500. Alright, 1,500 looks good. Now I'm going to hide the front of the flat roof inside the building so it doesn't pop out. So that's one. Now for the second one, that's for the back. Okay, the sides also, don't forget the sides of the flat roof has to be inside the wall, not outside the wall. So I'm adjusting that, and the back has to come out by 600. Alright, so we are good. Now look at what we did. Let's start with for you into the back. So let's see what we did. Let me move this to this point, and then that's my not elevation. So you see, not elevation. Alright, so we see the flat roof here, we see the combination, we see the gable, we see the deep roof. Alright, we've come to the end of our tutorials for today, and I hope you were following all along. If this is the first time of you coming across my video, do well to subscribe. Also, if you found this helpful in one or two ways, make sure you share it to a friend or a colleague that need this skill upgrade to sharpen their knowledge in maybe academics or their place of work. Alright, feel free to make your comments or share what you've learned so far. And it's been a while since I gave assignments, so if you can check out previous videos, see the ones you can do, and for each tutorial video make sure that you come up with something that is up to date and try to forward it to me via Google Drive. You can drop the link in the comment section, I'll check it, or send it to my email through this channel. Alright, that's enough. See you on the next one. Have a nice day.